everyone, Karen Roby here for Tech Republic. I'm happy today to be joined by Doug Cohen. Doug is the Chief Revenue Officer for Salus. Thanks for being with us here today, Doug.
My pleasure, Karen. Good to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we talk a lot about all the technology now that is available and in the works for tracking information when it comes to COVID. And what we're seeing now, especially with new information coming out from the CDC when it comes to traveling and all of this, is that people are going to need their information, right there at their fingertips, with past test results or whatever it may be, and their vaccine information. So talk a little bit about your platform, the app specifically, and then we'll get into, how it's going to help folks.
Sure. Well, again, Karen, thanks for having me today. So we're really excited to be talking about Salus, especially when we factor in that tomorrow is Data Privacy Day. And I know that's something, as the new technologies come to market, that people are really concerned with. So it's one of the things when we developed the Salus platform that we're really most proud of, right? We're focused on protecting personally identifiable information, personal health information, which is why, as we built the platform, we decided that we're not going to take that information in. So a user doesn't have to put in the typical information they would be potentially concerned with from a data privacy standpoint.
And obviously, Doug, that's one of the big concerns with anything and everything we do is what information is going to be out there, or will it be sold or stolen or what that may be. So, when we talk about this app, talk about the information that will be involved for a person, and then how it can help them.
Sure. So let's say someone wants to go back to a conference or a concert or get on a plane or go on a cruise ship. The platform is already on the App Store, so someone it's available for download. And once they download the app, instead of collecting some of the personal identifiable information, we use a selfie to be able to identify somebody coming into a venue. And in terms of helping people, first of all, we're not collecting their data, their information. So that's a pretty significant key attribute that we want to share with folks. But also, it's using the technology with just the selfie to be able to identify who they are going back into a venue. And it's a suite of apps. So someone going to a conference can download the Salus Access app, or a concert or a sports event. And employees trying to get back safely to the workplace would be able to download Salus Employee and be able to have that information using a QR code to allow them to gain access into that venue.
So talk a little bit about the, in terms of what is it will be accepted. I mean, and all of this is, I understand, still to come, as far as
Sure.
in concerts do go on, how will people be allowed in and what will they have to show for proof? But, is there a partnership of sorts that you guys have established, that that this information, if I pull it up on my phone on that app, will be accepted, or what does that look like?
Yeah, so really what we're doing and what we're seeing, especially towards the end of last year, moving into 2021, is an interest in finding a way to return to everything in a lot of different segments, right? So when we built the platform, it was premised off of the test results or vaccine status, right? Initially, when we started talking about the use of technology, there was some talk about identifying folks with high temperatures. And then the science basically said, that's not really the way you need to go. You need to get objective test data. So when you're going into a venue, the only thing that people will really need to have is just the test results, which will be stored in the app. And again, regardless of the type of test. So it could be a PCR test, which is kind of the standard that most people have started getting, but it was, a longer period of time to get those results, and they were more expensive. And then it's moved to rapid antigen tests and antibody tests. And of course, vaccine status is going to be critical. So all of that information is able to be shown to any venue as you're walking in, and being able to share that information so you can access safely.
And now that we are starting to open back up in some ways, which will be so nice, by the way, to go to a concert again,
Absolutely,
a big ball game, something like that. But I do understand that the CDC, it was just this week that things changed as far as travel international. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the latest thing that I saw with some of the reports that were out there. There's going to be a requirement that you have those test results when you're coming into the country. So as we're having these conversations with the travel industry and with sports and entertainment, every requirement is going to be a little bit different. But ultimately, what they're looking for is the test results that show that someone has very recently had a negative COVID test result and they're safe to enter. And I think that's where apps like Salus come into play, is giving people that ability in a user-friendly manner to just download it and be able to easily show those tests or those vaccine results as they're entering the venue.
Excellent. And before I let you go, Doug, as far as there are a lot of companies, obviously, that are putting different platforms and things together to help in the race to develop our new normal and what it will look like. As far as setting you guys apart, I mean, this is something that people are already using as far as the Salus platform is correct, or that it's already in process, I should say.
Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, it's been on the market for a number of months. We've had clients that are using the platform, both in the sports and entertainment industries. And, it's interesting as we start to see the more adoption of this, you think about a sports team, it's not just the players, right? It's the team personnel, it's the referees on the field, it's the personnel who are doing the cameras. You want to make sure that all those folks are safe as well, too. So I think what we've seen is a lot more interest in not just the folks that are going to be at the actual event, whether it's fans, but the actual players and the other people that are behind the scenes as well, too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, it sounds great, Doug. I really appreciate you being here with us today and sharing the information about Salus with us.
My pleasure. Thanks, Karen.
Certainly. And for much more, we hope all of you will check out Tech Republic. Thanks for being with us today.